Welcome back right now here on Mountain Connections. We are going to switch gears and talk about your health, specifically best practices in oral dental health and how that is connected with your diet and much more. We have award-winning cosmetic dentist as well as best-selling author here with us today, Kourosh Maddahi. Dr. Kourosh Maddahi is here with us today to tell us all about this connection. Dr. Maddahi, thanks for being here. How are you?
Very good. Thank you, Christine. Thank you for having me.
Let's start with teeth whitening products. There's some misconceptions around that, and that's also connected to diet and dental health. Tell me about that.
Yeah, so first of all, let's look at the rise of the whole whitening products. Part of the reason people started to do a lot of whitening was also the amount of coffee they were consuming. So rise of the teeth whitening product was actually as Starbucks became more and more popular, there was more staining on the teeth and more whitening products were being used in terms of toothpaste, take home, at the office, and the use of hydrogen peroxide in particular became very popular. And what that started to do, started to also cause a rise in sensitivity with the teeth and gum irritation. Hydrogen peroxide, yes, it has whitening effect, but at the same time, it can break down the enamel and it can cause gum irritation and also is an oxidizing agent. And these are the kind of things we want to stay away from. Now, if we don't use hydrogen peroxide, what do we do to whiten the teeth? There are other ways. And the products that I have created, Lumino, is using essential oils such as coconut oil, sage oil, and lemon peel oil to create that whitening without the peroxide, without the sensitivity, without the gum irritation. And we have so many clinical studies that backs it up, and there's no adverse reaction at all with these types of products. So diet in terms of amount of coffee, tea, blueberry, blackberry, red juice, green juice, all of these things have a lot of effect on our teeth. As a result, we want to whiten it, and we want to whiten it in such a way that it doesn't damage the enamel or doesn't cause any sensitivity.
And do you feel that the conventional approach to killing bacteria within the mouth is maybe not necessarily the best approach? Tell me about that.
Yes, unfortunately, for the past 70 years, all the dental research has focused on killing bacteria. The reason for it is because bacteria causes gum disease, cavities, and bad breath. So the approach was killing 99.9% of the germs, as you see on many of the products, was the way to go to kill all of the bacteria. Unfortunately, only maybe 2% of the bacteria are bad, 98% of the bacteria are good. And the good bacteria is protecting us against infection and disease. So this is our first line of defense, which is the microbiome. Microbiome is a series of organisms, mainly made out of good bacteria, that's protecting us. Where is the microbiome? Of course, it's in your mouth, but more important is on your skin, is in your eyes, in your ear, in your gut, and it's protecting you all over the place. That's how we survive for thousands of years without modern medicine. Here we are now, we're taking products such as the antiseptic mouthwashes, toothpaste, and all we're doing constantly all day long, we're killing the bacteria. The washing machine detergent is antibacterial. The home products that we're using, the antiseptic hand sanitizers that we're using is always killing all of the bacteria that we have on or in our body. So that's what we got to get away from. And that's also, if you look at it, in my book, I mentioned in Toxic Overload, there is a decrease in infectious disease since 1970, but also there's a rise of autoimmune disease. And a lot of this has been attributed to overuse of antibiotics and also all of these antibacterial ingredients that are in our products.
What are the most important steps to ensuring that you have a clean mouth that you recommend?
Yeah, so number one, it starts with proper oral hygiene habits. So brushing your teeth, flossing your teeth, and regular checkup. Mouthwash is much more important than people ever think because only 24% of your mouth is covered by your teeth. The rest are actually the tissues, tongue, underneath the tongue, the roof of your mouth. They all are very, very important areas to cleanse. So use of mouthwash is a key. Now, The next step is the products that you're going to use. So Lumino is the first certified non-toxic, microbiome safe, and also peroxide-free oral care product in the world. And again, we're not using any peroxide, we're not using any harsh chemicals. What we're using is the way to neutralize the toxins of the bacteria rather than killing the bacteria. Even when you kill bad bacteria, unfortunately, within the cell wall of the bad bacteria, there's a toxin that gets released. So killing bad bacteria can also cause damage, and not killing it can cause damage. Neutralizing the toxin is the safest way to go, and we have that with our products, and we've proven it with 60 clinical studies.
And I understand there's good bacteria and bad bacteria in the mouth. Tell me about that.
Yeah, so the good bacteria is the ones that making sure that you don't get gum infection all the time. Making sure that they also resists the growth of the bad bacteria and also viruses. So in order for you to get sick, the interesting part of it is there has to be a volume of bad bacteria and viruses. Viruses are more important in terms of disease rather than just the bacteria themselves. So when you have good bacteria, they're covering the surfaces of your mouth. There's no room for the bad bacteria to come in to adhere, or the virus to adhere to the tissues of your mouth and then grow. So that's the number one way that it prevents disease and infection, just the way that is taking up this space. When you use alcoholic mouthwash and antiseptic mouthwashes and toothpaste, what you're doing, you're destroying the real estate, all of these good bacteria. You're leaving the space open for bad bacteria and viruses to adhere and then grow. So this is the kind of thing that we are really pushing on. The way to protect yourself is making sure that the microbiome, and what I'm talking to you about is a science that's already been proven on the skin and in the gut. We're just not talking about it in the mouth. So protect the microbiome in the mouth is going to reduce the viral load, the amount of viruses that are in your mouth. And the viruses that we're talking about could be herpes virus, Epstein-Barr virus that's been linked to MS, and also cytomegalovirus virus. These are all sorts of different kinds of herpes viruses that can cause devastating effects in the body.
Well, thank you so much, Dr. Kourosh Maddahi. You can head to luminohealth.com for more information all about this product and more. We appreciate this discussion about our diet, our dental health, and much more. We'll be back here on Mountain Connections right after this.